Here we go. How are you guys doing out there? Blow No, aka Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299. You can text the show at 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me, go over to YouTube and in the search, type in Modern Renaissance Man. You will see a thumbnail that says on air. When you see that thumbnail, you will see me and I will see you. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you, and we're having a good looking time. All right. So again, folks, check all those little avenues out right there. And welcome to Cancel This. So I always say this at the beginning of my show that I hope that every last one of you guys out there are doing well. I really do wish that, whether you are somebody that I agree with or whether you are somebody that I disagree with. I really do hope that every last one of you guys that are out there listening to me are doing well. All right, so check this out, folks. Woo! I don't know, Bloomington Normal, there's been a lot of stuff going on out there in the world, but a lot of things that you guys probably pay attention to because we talk about a lot of different topics here at Cities 92.9. But I want to bring you guys' attention to something that, since I guess, me being a person of a certain pigmentation, I have a deeper, darker tan than a lot of you. There's this situation that happened that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys heard of. It was this guy, 7 baby mamas. He got all of them pregnant. And one of the most awesome things is happening right now. It's a huge, crazy phenomenon. So let me give y'all some context. This guy has gone completely viral for having 7 women pregnant. Okay?
At one time.
7 women pregnant. This guy is black. And these women, I don't know all of their colors, but a majority of them are black. Some of them are of different financial statuses, okay? Now, what is really interesting about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you're not given context, we all would jump in there and say, this is exactly what's wrong with the black community. Jackie, appreciate the super chat there with $10 that she donated on YouTube. Appreciate that. God bless you for that. Welcome, welcome. But what happened is this. This man ended up getting the typical story that we get a lot, which, we do this. And we'll say that is a shame. This is what's wrong with the community. 70% of all blacks don't have the father in the home. This guy is a disgrace. He's disgusting. He's all these things. And you can say that and make that statement rightfully so. Right? That's a shame that this man going around getting these women pregnant. Yada yada peanut butter. You can say that. But there's a flip side to that. This guy gets on here, and if he happens to be watching, because he definitely is going viral, we talked to him last night for a little bit. He gets on here, and he gets to tell his story. Right? This guy says, pretty much, I did not fake who I was to these women. He said, I told them straight up what I am, who I am, how I move. And if you got children watching or listening, you might want to cover their ears. This man said, I pretty much told those women, I'm not going to wear a condom. And I plan on going all the way to what men do whenever they get a woman pregnant. And he said, but if you happen to get pregnant, I'm not going to try to take care of the child. I don't want to take care of the child. I don't want to be a father. So I think that it's best if you go ahead and, do all is there 32 different contraceptives that women can use and different options they can have? He said, I want you to use those options right there because I don't want to be a father. 7 women. He told all of them this. Now, check this out. I know, folks. I'm with y'all. I can already feel it. Well, he should have wore protection anyway. Wait a minute. The man said, if you're going to let me be intimate with you, I'm not using any protection. He said, I'm going to fully go to the top of the mountain. I'm going to do the mechanism that gets you pregnant. But if you happen to get pregnant, I don't want to be a father. I'm not trying to be a father. Well, then he should have. No, y'all not getting it. You guys are not understanding it. And you're not getting it. Y'all always want to quote what Maya Angelou said, right?
If someone shows you who they are, believe them.
They didn't believe him, I guess, huh? So check this out. This is where it's getting really touchy at. And listen, let me make this statement clear. I'm just putting the news out there. Don't try to put me in a box where you're going to try to have me lean one way or the other. Okay? He told them what he's about. And yet, they still chose to allow him to do it. This is where it gets sticky at. And I know there's going to be a lot of women, especially you feminists, radical feminists to be exact. Because I did a few videos already on here and y'all tried y'all best. We're going to call YouTube. We're going to get you canceled. Well, y'all can come onto the radio and call in. The phone number is 309-451-9299. All radical feminists. Calling all radical feminists. 309-451-9299. Y'all like to do things behind y'all love to try to do things behind closed doors. Try to go to YouTube and get me canceled. Well, call up to the radio station here where my show is called Cancel This. Try it. But y'all got upset because I said it is those women's fault. It is their fault. Everybody's focusing on this man. He got 7 women pregnant. Y'all don't want to talk about the 7 pregnant women, though? You know what y'all do? Y'all instantly go into this mindset, oh, those poor women. That's just a shame. They're going to be raising those kids as a single parent. Well, allegedly, I think from right now, we all know that he does have one. One of them is his. But of the other 6 ladies, we don't know. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but they're supposedly pregnant, allegedly pregnant by him. And see, this is where the problem comes in. And this is going to be a hard pill to swallow. A lot of women don't like for women to be held accountable. Especially, this is why I know I pissed off a lot of you radical feminists. Y'all instantly came out just trying y'all best, but you ran into the wrong one. See, because Ty Smith is masculine. Yes. And you can bring all your estrogen, all that feminine energy you want to towards me, but it will never trump masculinity. Not real masculinity. And y'all do all your radical feminist ideology, your narrative, your rhetoric. Be free. Be expressive with your body. We should be able to sleep with whoever we want to. But now that these women done that, y'all don't want to say nothing to them because y'all want to put the blame on dude. He told them. I'm going to keep on saying it because I know y'all going to get tired of hearing it. He told them, I don't want to wear protection. I'm going to actually do the mechanism to get you pregnant. I don't want you to get pregnant, but should you get pregnant, I'm not trying to be a father. These women, okay. Bro, listen to me. This dude, I'm not saying he does, y'all, but I'm just saying, did these women not think, I can get an STD. I can get in all type of diseases. I don't know who this dude's been with. This dude, matter of fact, the guy even said he told him that, hey, this is what I do. You're not my only woman. But what happens is that there's this crazy defense mechanism that has been subconsciously put, especially in a lot of people's head and even some men's head, to jump to the defense of the woman and don't try to go and make the woman be held accountable for what she did. Y'all will scream all day long, my body, my choice, right? That's what they'll scream when it comes to abortion. So then how come we not saying unto the women, like, look, here's your choice. You made the choice. Well, no, he shouldn't have did. No, y'all listening? What do you mean he shouldn't have? Yes, he should have because he told them and they let him. he shouldn't have got those women. Oh, wait a minute. No, or could we say those women shouldn't have let him get them pregnant? Is that one way of saying it? Y'all do know that women decide who impregnate them. You do know that women are the ones that have access to Pandora's box. Y'all get an idea of what I'm talking about with Pandora's box. I'll let y'all know what it is when we come back. We're about to take a break, folks. More to show when we come back. You're listening to Season 92.9, the dudes are talking Bloomington Normal.
Here's the Bloomington Normal.
You didn't hear about that story?
No, I hadn't. That's crazy.
Dude.
I don't follow, like, the thing that's really, it's hard for me to follow some of that stuff because it's like, I follow the news, like, and I don't want to say that's not news, it definitely is, but, like, I'm, like, following what's going on in the government.
Right.
And, like, the other day, Darren LaHood from Peoria,
yeah.
you hear about all that stuff and how he's
Yes.
being unfairly spied on by
Like,
the FBI. Like, that kind of stuff is what I... And then there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. Like, I didn't know that much about what a FISA court was and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I had to do a lot of research on that and figure that stuff out. So I don't hear about that kind of stuff as much. And it's fascinating to me.
Man.
I covered last week, I did pay attention a lot to the Hershey's ad, though. That was like the first hour of my show was about that. I was just like, I broke down, I talked about how women or men are so much better than women at everything. We're better women than men are better women than women are. And then I also I was just also like so mad about how we can't buy a product anymore based on the quality of the product. It's got to be, are you saving the trees? Are you promoting the alphabet mafia? Like, what are you doing for? It's not even about the product anymore. It's about all this other bullshit.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
But that's crazy, man. I can't believe. And I get what you're saying. I think the other thing too, though, is it's kind of this entire story is the way that I see it is that it's kind of like a lose-lose no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy's kind of a shithead too. Like, I think a guy who's like, I'm not wearing a condom, no matter whether or not the girl like says that's okay or whatever, still think that's kind of like bogus. Like because like there's some girls who would be like, well, I guess that, like, they're just not confrontational, and so they're like, I kind of want you to wear one, but like I also want to sleep with you, so I got it's
and then when you find out when you find out like the position or the careers these women have, you like,
yeah.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Cities 92.9, the news talk Bloomington Normal, and I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. You're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at area code 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio, go over to YouTube, type in Modern Renaissance Man, and when you see a thumbnail that says live on air, you will see me looking at you and you looking at me. All right. And I can interact with you. You can interact with me. So let me read a few of the comments that came on the internet right here. Somebody made a comment and said, this is silly. Later. Have a good weekend. No, this conversation is not silly. And again, I mean, I don't know what his reasons or what this guy is, Mr. Paul. I don't know what your reasons is for saying this is silly. I'm going to leave and not talk about this. That's completely fine. That's your prerogative. But this is not silly. And hopefully that's not a scapegoat as a way of trying to protect people's responsibility again. So before I took the break, I was letting you guys know about this man that got 7 women pregnant, and a lot of the heat came on him. Now, let me make this clear, folks. I am not justifying what this man did. What I want you to do is understand something here. And this is the analogy that I gave on several panels that I went on and talked about this situation. Bacteria grows in an environment that allows it to grow. And I don't want this to be taken like I'm calling the guy bacteria, because like I said, we had a talk with him last night, and that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that if you have the environment that allows the bacteria to come in there and grow, what do you do? What do you do? Don't you get rid of the environment that the bacteria can grow in? Any of you guys ever had mold in your house or anything like that? They say, oh, well, why is there mold growing there? Oh, because moisture is there. Well, where's the moisture coming from? I don't know, but let's find out and see where we can find how the moisture is getting there, or how there might be a drip somewhere. Let's see where it's coming from. That's what you do, right? You go and you keep the environment from becoming a place where bacteria can grow by getting rid of the issue. The women that this guy got pregnant, they created the environment for individuals like him to go in there and grow. And again, I'm making this clear. I'm not rooting for the dude or anything like that, but bacteria is going to be bacteria. A virus is going to be a virus. The guy said,
Hi there, Cities 92.9.
I am bacteria.
We will be taking calls. I just want to make sure also.
Those ladies said,
turn down the tie when
okay. Y'all hear me? He said, I am bacteria. Those women said, I am the environment. He said, I grow in environments like you guys. They said, okay. Right?
I'd love that. Thank you.
Oh, no, Ty, that's not right because this douchebag of a guy, you mean, don't forget, those douchebag of women. So what we're getting ready to do right now, folks, we're getting ready to take a call, and we're going to see what this is about. Caller, you're on Cities 92.9. What's going on, George? How you doing?
In Chicago,
Uh-huh.
and he don't pay no child support. He's got 28 of them. Women think with two parts of their head, as bad as it sounds, neither one of them above the neck. I'm going to get a T-shirt made with a beautiful set of legs, with a mini skirt, legs across, high heels on, everything else. Because it goes back to what you were talking about the other day, stop abortion, keep your legs crossed, you know? And so, I get tired of, here, women want equal rights. Back in the 70s, you were too young, but they burnt their bras. Go bras. Like that affected men. There's nothing more enjoyable to the average guy to watch some woman walking down the street. He acted like she was the only woman on this earth. Well, at that time she was, but, and so, but they don't think that. So it's not new. It goes back, all the way back into history. Day one. And I wouldn't want to be with a man. I wouldn't want to be with a woman if she don't want me to wear a condom if I'm sleeping with everybody.
So, right. So that's what I was going to say. So in this case, George, of course, like I said, I'm not vouching for the dude, but if this guy, if he tells these women, hey, I'm not wearing a condom, hey, I'm going to spill my seed in you, and if you happen to get pregnant, I don't want to be a father, and they let him do it. I'm trying to figure out how is it that society had to put shit out there to where they are making it like he is the biggest douchebag in the world. Nobody's looking at the women. They didn't do nothing wrong. It's not their fault. That's good. Yep. Mm. Yeah, you're right. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, that's showing the proof right there that they don't believe like they claim they did. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Instead of playing a part. And these young girls, look, dads aren't there. Your job as a father, of course, you don't have a daughter, you got two good, handsome sons that just turned 19, but you got two boys. But if a father's there, and you're there for that reason, you're protecting your boys, you're teaching them. You're not going to let them get away with what you saw on the west side where we live.
Right now, I have your mic
And there's
off.
no fathers here.
I have your mic off right now. I put it in the manual, so let him finish, but then cut him off pretty quick.
In the wrong places, as the
But
record
it'll
goes.
let you go after the time
There's
is
no
up.
fathers
So
there to show them, to guard them, to guide
just let him
them,
finish this
to
thought.
treat them with, they're not here just looking everywhere. 70 million abortions, something ain't right. Well, we don't need God or schools or government. The hell we don't. Your kids spend 8 hours in school, 7, 8 hours. They spend 3 hours at home wide awake, and they're on a computer most of the time, playing video games. The school has a great deal to do with your children. We took the Bible out. I'm 80. They had the Bible and a morning prayer when I was in school, and you pledge allegiance to the flag. And I'm a hell of an American. I don't like what's going on now, but they're not Americans either. They're selling the country out. They made Benedict Arnold, for you people who don't know who Benedict Arnold was, he's a guy who got a bad position. The government didn't take care of him, like Colin Powell, who was a general. This guy was a general, but they didn't. He sold out to the British, just like these guys. And they're taking your children away from you.
Yep. Yep. George, yeah, appreciate that. Of course, you know how radio works. We're coming up on a break right here, and we'll try to get back on this again. Yes, sir. I don't have it. Oh, sounds good, man. Will do, and I'll send you a text too. All right, folks, you're listening to the 92.9, the News Talk Bloomington Normal. We'll be right back.
Revolutionary show to take your community back.
People are probably thinking like,
Hi, this is
what?
Kevin Ferris with Cities 92.9. How can I help you?
Here's the Bloomington Normal Fortune.
We're on a commercial break right now. We'll be back. Is another caller or just?
They were on hold for quite a while, so they probably
Chance of late afternoon showers or snow tonight, possibly mixing with rain. Then all snow.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna address some of y'all comments in here, and we'll go from there.
From Country Financial.
Any coverage is affordable because we all have a budget. Protect the future you're working for with me, Brad Worth, your local Country Financial representative. Prescription price require online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription.
Kevin Ferris from Cities 92.9. How can I help you?
For full details and important safety information, subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's
it was about kind of what he's talking about with the guy that got 7 women pregnant, that kind of
you can get
stuff.
it online. Just go to 4hims.com/joy.
We're on a break right now. I'm sure that Ty would love to have you on for a brief moment. I know that he has some other stuff he wants to hit on, so try to keep it brief. I'm going to put you on hold after the break. He'll bring you in pretty quickly, okay?
90% off.
Awesome.
That's right. Get generic for Viagra. The same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90%.
All right, when we come back, folks, we are going to have another caller that's going to be on the line. I'll let them cook. You know what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it to where you guys can also hear it too while I stay silent. So
that's what I can do. Is I can get it playing over those speakers if I cut your mic off.
Right.
So
that's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Every year, the months of January through March are business destroyers. To minimize
Mo's Gaming, we're talking about the guy that got 7 women pregnant.
for you, for a limited
But there's a flip side to it. But we got people calling in right now and all that. So
$1,000 with the purchase of a high-efficiency AC system. This offer expires April 8th. To sweeten the deal,
need MRM, ABL, and Tatum stream. All great guys. Yeah, that'd be cool. We used to do a panel, but Tatum's super busy with stuff, which I completely understand.
Back guarantee. You can't lose. Have a trusted
Young man, keep doing what you're doing. You're making a bigger impact than you realize, says Mike Griffith. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Special financing available when you purchase a high-efficiency AC system. Yes, it's absolutely true. When all of the air conditioners are sold and all the furnaces are given away during this limited time, that's it. There are no more at this price. You must act before.
Yeah, I have a radio show. Yes, sir. I used it on Saturdays.
have you talked at all about the reparations shit?
Oh my God.
In California? Yeah.
This is Officer
Yeah.
Brad Park with
We did that a few weeks ago on the panel too. A lot of blacks on there, and we gave a prime example of something that I can get on this a little later.
I want to know, have you ever had been on a panel or something with people that want the reparations and agree with it? Because that's really what I want to hear. You should see one of those people if they can call in or something, have a debate with them on the radio. I think that'd be a good. I would do that kind of shit, but it's just is more people want to listen when it's two black people that are talking about it.
No, you're right. You're being right. You're right. It's like a Trump called that back when we went to the White House in 2020. He said that. He said they're gonna only want to hear it from black people, even though the white person can say verbatim. A white person can give the black person what to say to other black people, and black people are like, okay, cool. We just want the white person to say it.
Yep, exactly.
Just an office. We're part of your
Trump
family.
said it.
Here in Bloomington Normal, we help support our community and give back in ways that help you thrive. Our office gets to know you, your goals, and explain your options so you can feel confident about your future. Find us on Facebook or on Google when you're ready to be a part of our Country Financial.
The caller was not being muted. Whenever the caller is talking, my mic is muted.
Going on, Bloomington Normal? This is Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, inviting you to join me for my show, Cancel This. This Saturday from 3 to 5 on Cities 92.9. We go beyond the popular talking points and mainstream media and get the truth behind today's top story with the perspective you won't find anywhere else. Don't believe me? Watch. Join me, Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, for Cancel This every Saturday from 3 to 5 on Cities 92.9. The news and talk of Bloomington Normal.
Hey, Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and we are back. You're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299. You can text the show at 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio, go over to YouTube. Type in Modern Renaissance Man in the search, and you will see a thumbnail that says on air. Click on that thumbnail, and you will see me in the studio live where I can interact with you, and you interact with me. And before we took the break, we just had someone that came in and gave their perspective on what's going on right now. Shout out to the caller, George. He's a regular. We love George here at Cities 92.9. Appreciate your support, George. Before we take this another call, I want to read off a few comments here as well from the YouTube world. Someone says, Liz Nichols says, I think he should have a conscience about the kids he's leaving in his wake. I feel bad for the kids, for the parents they lucked out to have. Ultimately, though them mothers deserve no sympathy. So I get what you're saying right here, but look, again, when you said I think he should have a conscience about the kids he's leaving in his wake, don't forget, he told the women, now listen, he told the women, I'm not wearing any protection. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to me right now, boys and girls, my mentorees, my mentees, women are the door to allow whoever and whatever come through their door. Women are the ones that give access to anyone to enter through their door. If y'all see what I'm getting at. Women are the ones that allow the intimacy to happen. Women are the ones that determine when they get pregnant. No, you're not following me. And all the reason why I'm saying it is this. When you said I think he should have a conscience, he told them, I am going to release my seed, but I don't want to be a father if you happen to get pregnant. Because not all women get pregnant. And you know what? The guy even goes on further to say, this happened over the course of years with these 7 women getting pregnant. And he said he's messed around with over 200 women. That man is a whore. That man, wait a minute. If he's telling all these women, this is who I am. I'm a douchebag. I'm not saying he said this, guys. I'm just saying. If he says I'm a douchebag, I'm a jerk, I don't wear protection, women are the ones that are still consenting to allow him to sleep with them. So I know it sounds good that we should say he should have a conscience, but there's a flip side of this. What about his body, his choice? Huh? What is the difference between this dude saying, if you happen to get pregnant, I don't want to be a father? Well, that's wrong. Well, women doing it all day long, aren't they? Y'all celebrate them. You guys celebrate a woman that can get pregnant and go down there and get the baby deleted. Y'all celebrate that. It's called pro-choice, right? Well, how come he don't have pro-choice? That's his choice. Well, if he didn't do it, he shouldn't be. No. Because the minute you say that about women, well, it's not there. No, it's her fault too. This man is serving as a catalyst right now to show you the equivalence of the reflection being put back on your face for these women to look themselves in the mirror. You guys will praise the women who will get pregnant and go down there and get the baby aborted / deleted. But then this man is saying from the jump, if there's a possibility that you get pregnant, I don't want to be a father. But guess what? Some of them still can try to do something to keep him locked in. And he's saying this from the jump. I don't want to be a father. I don't want kids. If you have this child, he's telling him, I am not going to be in this child's life. I don't want a part of it because I don't want to be a father. This is before they became intimate. And they still did it? All right, we can ready to take a call here, ladies and gentlemen, to see what this is about. Caller, you're on Cities 92.9. This is Ty. Doing good, man. Long time no hear. Yep.
We have lost we've lost everything. And I've always said, yeah, it starts at home, but it's got to the point now to where the government is involved, to where there's no speed bump to stop women from doing this, or to stop men. You know, if he's being darn honest, then, you know, that falls straight back on that darn woman. Don't spread your legs. It's that darn simple. But then the woman knows that her local social services or the state or the federal government will pay her.
Woo!
Now, that might be all well and fine. The government might give her darn money to raise darn kids and everything, but the government don't come in and say, you got to raise them a certain darn way so they don't turn out to be the same damn way.
Facts.
It's real simple to me. People need to darn hunker up, and God is going out of this country. God's going out of this country. Morals is going out of this country. self-respect. Whatever happened to self-respect?
Right.
It was on both sides of the aisle, men and women, all Americans. And it's a catastrophe, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse until people start realizing there are repercussions for your actions.
You're absolutely right, man. I mean, what do you think about this whole ordeal to where what you just got done saying? You notice how they protect the women? Like,
you know what? Yeah, the woman's got to lay down and spread her legs, okay? I mean, I know that's kind of vulgar or whatever, but that's the darn truth of it, okay? Now, if she's okay with that, she better be able, financially able and everything else, to say, okay, if this happens, I'm going to take it on myself. This ain't the darn 1950s. This is 2023.
now let me ask you a quick question here.
You ain't stupid. You're educated. You know what's going to goddamn happen.
Yeah.
You know what? You know it going into it. So I don't want to hear no blah, 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 pass me a dead darn Phoenix. No. Hell to the no.
Let me ask you this question here. If this man says he don't want to be a father, I don't want any kids. If you happen to get pregnant, please take it next day. If that woman does not do what he said, and it's her body, it's her choice. If she goes on and have the baby, should that man still be responsible for that child? Now, I know morally, we will say, yes, he should. But according to this logic that they push out from the radical feminists, should he be responsible?
No. Because he told her up front. It's like going in to get an oil change in your truck, and they say, well, you need an air filter. Well, I don't want an air filter. I mean, you had a choice before you laid down. You had a choice.
What would...
Suck it up, women. Suck it up. And a man says, I'm not going to be a part of a child's life. If you get pregnant, you know what? I'm Casper the Ghost. My ass is out of here. Leave that before you lay
Hey,
down.
I really appreciate you calling in and giving us this, man. Don't be a stranger, man. I'm glad to know you're doing well. I don't know if you have a hookup or if you was able to connect with our guy Roscoe, but we haven't heard from him in a while either. And we're kind of concerned.
I'm not here for him. I subscribe to it. I ain't heard of it.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, hey, anytime, man. I appreciate you calling in. We love hearing from you, man. Thanks for that perspective, sir. God bless him. Shout out to the caller right there who gave his perspective on this, ladies and gentlemen. See, I think what it is that people have gotten to a point now where they're fed up with the nonsense. I mean, I won't go as far as saying that I'm fed up. I just never tolerated it. I never tolerated the ideology. I never tolerated that mindset from anybody like that. Because, folks, it's very simple. Yes, I get that this is a thing that's terrible amongst the black community. I know the fathers not being in the child life is a terrible thing amongst the black community. I get that. But I'm going to keep on saying this because y'all going to be like, dude, okay, no, I want to drive it home. I want you to get tired of hearing, just like a lot of us men, real men, we tired of all this crazy radical feminist stuff. Guess who is fighting not to get these men to get into positions where they're being better women than women? Men are. Guess who is doing the most fighting and holding men accountable for men wanting to say that they're women so they can get into women's sports? Men are. Guess who's fighting to say, I don't want my daughter sharing a bathroom with a biological man? Guess who is the most fighting with that? Men are. But guess who's giving us the most pushback? You radical feminists. Y'all are giving us the most pushback. And what's amazing, the very thing that you sit up here and do all this clucking and yelling, protesting in the street and everything about, the main thing that y'all protest about is that y'all want equality. But then y'all allow men to get into y'all position, get into y'all sports, get into y'all beauty patches and beat y'all at being women. Where's the outcry? Where's the misogynistic, egotistic bigotry? I don't see none of you radical feminists out there in the street with y'all signs. I don't see y'all protesting the beauty pageant. I don't see y'all protesting the Mr., Mrs., it, whatever the heck it is, pageant. I don't see y'all going to the NCAA with y'all signs and everything up there protesting Leah Thomas. I don't see y'all going to protesting Levine. Y'all not protesting none of these men that's whooping y'all butt and being women. Do y'all even understand the ramifications of what y'all did? Do y'all even understand what y'all have done? But what can y'all say? You guys are the ones that started this. You guys are the ones that pushed biological men to get into these positions and do these things. Now y'all can't say nothing. So just sit back and do what a lot of y'all claim that misogynistic men do to y'all anyway. Shut up. Yeah, you heard. Sit back and shut up because you did it. We tried to protect y'all from it, but no, women can protect too. No, you can't. We try to lead y'all and guide y'all in the right direction with this stuff. No, women can look what it's done. No man that I know want any of this. We don't want these men getting into y'all sports and wrecking it because we knew what it would do to y'all. It's messing y'all up. I guarantee you, if a man was to get into the WNBA, I guarantee you, if a man got into the WNBA, I guarantee you the ratings would skyrocket because other men is going to be very interested in the WNBA because I would love to get in there and see a man smashing y'all, dunking on y'all and everything. Folks, we got to get ready to take a break. More to show when we come back. You're listening to Cities 92.9 and Dudes Talk of Bloomington Normal.
When those childish kids were growing up.
All right, appreciate y'all all being in here.
With Cities 92.9. Sorry for the brief hold. How can I help you? Yeah, did you have a comment regarding the stuff that he's talking about today? Awesome. We're gonna bring you back after the break. Break will probably be about another 2-ish minutes. He's gonna do a quick intro. He'll bring you on and just try to keep it brief and make sure no cussing. Awesome. Thank you.
I was trying to get it to where I thought that, I think this will keep it from you having to shut one off from shut one on if this speaker worked through this earphone piece thing right now.
Yeah, I just worry that the mic will pick up some feedback.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'll try my best. But this is a woman that called in, so I think this would be an interesting perspective. Or at best, maybe worse, the debate. Maybe she has something to say. I have 2 cents too, if you ever want to get to it. But if you don't.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. We're on a break right now, folks. Make sure y'all hit that like button. When we come back for the commercial, we are going to have another caller that's on the line. Trying to get it up to where y'all possibly can hear it. Make sure it's not going to interfere with the mic, though. No,
to find out how you can help us, go to our website, mcleanccm.org, or send us an email at info@mclean.
So I guess what I was saying for that, if I had these speakers in front of this, oh no, this is terrible.
This thing has gotten so out of control. Sundays at what?
Oh, it's the Wi-Fi. What's going on, Bloomington Normal? I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299. You can text the show at that same number, 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me, go over to YouTube and in the search area type in Modern Renaissance Man, and you will see a thumbnail or a still shot or a picture that says on air. Click on that. You will see me in the studio looking at you and you looking at me. I can interact with you and you interact with me. All right, folks. So before we took the break, you guys heard me talking about various things that we're dealing with right now. You know, the whole push that a lot of feminist rhetoric has done. You guys just heard me talking about that. You heard me talking about why this can be an endangerment and that rhetoric itself, based off of what a lot of radical feminist ideology pushes. A guy literally did something that I think is pretty much like putting a mirror on them. This guy, if you didn't hear it, if you're just now tuning in, He got 7 women pregnant. He said he slept with over 200 some odd women. He let them all know what he was about. He let them all know that I don't use protection. I'm not going to use it if you don't, and I'm going to, release my seed in you. And should you get pregnant, I don't want to be a father. Okay? And these women said, okay. And what happened is that what a lot of us do, we end up jumping on and damning the dude for doing that. Why are you going around spreading your seed like that? Nobody's asking the question, why are these women letting him spread his seed? Well, no, it takes 2 to tango. Well, no. This is not going to work on Ty Smith. It takes 1 to say yes. Because let's just be real. Men are like, yeah, physical. Let's roll. But unless a woman says yes, nothing's going to happen. Well, Ty, there's people that's been raped. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about GARAPE. I'm saying grape because I can't say that word on YouTube. They flagged the video. I am streaming live. So that's what I'm saying. Nobody want to sit there and actually put accountability on what things that these women have done and the decisions that they've made. So with that being said, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take this call. You're listening to 692.9. You're on with Ty. Congratulations.
That my husband and I waited a long time before we had her, and that's something I regret. We shouldn't have waited as long, now that I am a mom. But what I would say, too, is that there's this huge societal push that is going with the feminist movement that you're talking about. All my friends have fallen for it. I used to fall for it, where they tell women that you can do it all. And we kind of have this idea of this woman as this multitasker. She can put her kids in daycare and have the career and, balance the home and do all the things and do ladies' night. And it's simply not true. And I think it's the reason we waited so long is because I knew that when we had a kid, that the kid is ultimately going to pay the price for that. And so not only, my point in this is not only do we have the government telling women that we can take care of you, but we also have this push that you can do it all, you can be Superwoman. And it's just not true. Someone's going to pay the price ultimately, and it's always unfortunately going to be that little baby who didn't ask for that. So.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. I have a question for you. What happened with your friends?
So I have a lot of girlfriends, several who chose super, super high-powered careers. I went to grad school. They all went to grad school or further got their doctorate. And they all ended up doing daycare with their kids. And they all, the financial push for them to make a ton of money so that their husband wouldn't have to make as much and for them to be the breadwinner has completely stressed 2 of them out. And it's been kind of crazy to watch because I am also stressed. Taking care of a newborn is no joke. I don't know how my mom did it so many times, but I will say that I am not trying to bear the brunt of our financial kind of earnings. I'm leaving that to my husband, which was a really big decision for us. And because of that, I'm not falling for the lie that I can do it all because you can't do it all. That's like impossible.
Wow. I absolutely 100% love that you just did this right there because it's going to blow a whole lot of radical feminist people out of the water. Thank you so much for calling this in. I hope you are able to call in if we touch on subjects like this again to where we can have you on here longer because I want to get into... Do you have my email, by the way? Okay, on my YouTube channel, there's an area on there that says About. If you click on About, I'll just tell you, my email is tsmith1264@yahoo.com because I would love to have you. That's if you want to. You don't have to show your face, but I would love to have you and your husband on a panel to where I talk to both of you and just pick y'all brains about the things that you've experienced with what you've done. Not to like say, oh, this is damn near the decisions that y'all made, but just to let everybody else know the repercussions or the consequences or the things you have to face by doing it this specific way. Because this is the part that people are not getting. Everybody's getting all the, you can do it, girl, slay, you don't need this, go and do this, be a career woman, get this, get that, get the job, get the money, get this, do this, help it. And then you're like, okay, wait a minute now, this is terrible. This is the part that they're not letting everybody see is what you're talking about right now.
No, absolutely. Well, and the other thing, too, is I will not say where, but before I had my baby, I was employed at a university, and I was pretty intense environment there. So stepping away from all that and taking kind of, a chance to kind of step back and look at all of it and see all the things I fell for, thinking that I could do it all, it's been pretty mind-blowing. So.
Wow. Well, hey, I really appreciate you calling in and giving this input. That is absolutely golden that you did this.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. Thank you for calling. God bless her, man. That shout out to the caller right there for dropping that gem in here on this particular matter right here, folks. And guess what? Guess what a lot of you women gonna do? A lot of you radical feminists gonna try to come at her. Well, that's because she got... No, shut up. She just busted y'all narrative wide open with what she just got done saying. She did what y'all wanted her to do, and look what it did. I told y'all that the radical feminist ideology and their rhetoric will destroy a woman. She sat there and said the stress that it put on her, all that, man, I cannot wait to have that lady and possibly, with her husband as well, get on here and talk about this on a panel or something like that. Because, guys, this is what this is all about. It's about getting to answers. Y'all would rather get pissed off at me because of me exposing this stuff rather than actually wanting to talk about the solution. The solution is it is going to mess you up in the end. My whole overall thing is to say I want the best for you. I want the best for every last human being out there. I want you to be great. I want you to be well, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I really want that for you. But if I can see what this is doing to you, y'all gonna say, well, that's different. Of course a man would say that. You only saying that because you don't want a woman to be equal. No, it's not. Y'all can't be equal to us anyway. Can we just be real about that? Can we be real about that? Y'all will never be equal to us anyway. What are y'all fighting for? We're not even competing with y'all. It's like the equivalence of, my God, I mean, it's been, oh, wow, y'all, some of y'all radical feminists, y'all, you know what? I think what it is this. When they say misery loves company, I think y'all really do sell this rhetoric to these women because y'all want them to be just as screwed up, stressful, on a bunch of antidepressants, having a bunch of ovarian cysts, uterine issues, messed up periods, and all this, and don't want to tell these women the reason why you're going through all that is because of what we pushing you guys to do. That's what y'all don't want. But see, what I like about this whole ordeal, though, is, again, what this guy with the 7 women that he got pregnant, it's the equivalence of, y'all ever seen a baby cry? And when the baby cries, you start mimicking the baby, you start going, and the baby stop and look at you like, what the heck? Well, guess what? That's what this guy kind of did. Everything that they pushing you women to do, this man did. I don't want a baby. Go delete it. It's my body, my choice. My choice is I don't want to be a father. Hey, you want to sleep with me. I didn't rape you. I didn't take advantage of you. I didn't sexually assault you. I told you what it's about. I said I'm going to spread my seed, but I don't want no child. I just want to do this thing. Yes, I'm unprotected. Yeah, you might get an STD. And these women still said, okay, let's go and be intimate. And what y'all want to do, y'all want to jump down this man's throat for being exactly what he said he is. You cannot get mad at him for doing exactly what he said he's going to do. Be mad at the women for making some crazy decisions. Folks, we're going to come right back after this break. You're listening to Cities 92.9, the news and talk of Bloomington Normal.
Radio News starts now with Fox Radio.
We got another break coming in, folks. We're going to come right back to it.
This is a longer break.
This bill does is it requires the director of national intelligence to declassify.
Jay Thomas says, I'm a physician and wound up being a single mom to 3 boys, but I did learn some things.
Who in 2019 refused to even allow this bill, which is sponsored by Republican Senator Josh Hawley, to make it to the floor.
So then, Jay Thomas, you're a practice physician now, or you just kind of got your license on hold right now, or did you renew after 10 years? You know that's what we got to do. You got to renew it after 10 years. It's unfair because in my degree when I got my degree in physical therapy, we have to renew every 2 years, but then in medicine, it's every 10. I don't know if they're,
Police in Washington State investigating after a man.
Okay, you're retired. Okay, all right.
broke into a podcaster's home in the Seattle.
But right now we are on a longer break, so we're gonna be back here in about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, 4 to 5 minutes, whatever like that. So, what's going on, Nightish? I don't have my of course you can see I don't have my my stuff up here, my computer and everything right there where I can bring you guys up one at a time, which I'm gonna start doing it again, but I'll do it one at a time instead of doing it as a full panel so everybody can know who's talking when we do this again.
Fox's William Longinus. A late winter blizzard over the upper Midwest shut down roads in one of the snowiest seasons in recent.
All right, let's see. Let me see what you guys were in here saying.
6 inches of snow from Friday night into the snow.
Social services has created a problem. Yep. Mike Griffith said, I'm going to church tomorrow. First time in 35 years. Go there for the right reasons. Tammy Strickler says, it took 2 to make it. Both are responsible. I know that sounds good on paper, but in this case, they let him. I get what you're saying, but they let him. Andrea Viola, the phone number here is 309-451-9299. But I don't know if that was you that already called up here too. Liz says that is 100% her baby. She knew better. It gets better though, because I'm gonna go back into the story and tell you about one of these particular women.
I will provide you my free, unfiltered, uncancelable opinion on the hottest topics in America.
The Will Kane Podcast. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts. America is listening to Fox News. The 3 white men found guilty of murdering black jogger Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia are appealing their conviction.
As they should.
Fox's Tom Rigotti reports.
William Rodney Bryant and Greg McMichael are
I mean, those dudes shouldn't have chased him and all that. They tried to do some street justice that never would have happened. But still, though, the fact that he grabbed a gun and was pulling back and all that, that sealed the deal.
Truck after he ran past their home in February 2020. Brian joined the chase in his own truck and recorded Travis McMichael shooting Arbery at close range. The killing sparked national outrage when that video was leaked online 2 months later. They were convicted.
We're on a break right now, folks. Just want to let y'all know that in case y'all are wondering what's going on here. I don't want to give too much away right now because then the listeners will miss out on that too.
By McMichaels and Bryant. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
The Arizona Department of Education has set up a critical race theory hotline.
The move was a key campaign promise of Republican Superintendent of Public Instruction Tom Ward, who said he planned to focus on math and reading instruction and declare war on conversations about emotions and identity. The department says on its website that Arizona residents should report inappropriate lessons that detract from teaching academic standards. Critical race theory, a way of thinking about America's history through the lens of racism, is not taught in state schools. Studies have shown that
The principals are, they slick with that. They're really slick with trying to say that.
I saw a Reuters poll, or like study that showed like 90% of kids K through 12 have been exposed to some form of critical race theory.
Yeah. They think they're slick by trying to say critical race theory is not being taught in school. Yeah, critical race theory, that word itself and all that, the title, no. But then when you go and look at it, the principles are. That's why I ended up smashing Bloomington with that stuff when they tried. When after I went viral with that stuff, I went right. They thought they were going to be slick. Said critical race theory is not going to be taught here. And then I just told my son, keep what's being talked about. When he came back, I'm like, oh, they think they're slick. So I went right up there, talked with called the superintendent, talked with him, and was like, if my child came home and you guys told me that you guys are not teaching the Holy Bible in the school, I said, but if my son comes home and starts telling me, oh yeah, so today we talked about thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not bear false witness. I said, that's teaching the Bible. But then y'all tell me we're not, we don't teach the Holy Bible. You're teaching the principles out of the Bible. So he's like, well, I didn't know that. Yeah, because you didn't look at it. He didn't look at it at all, but then they end up taking the whole thing out.
All your options so you can make an informed choice. We are here for your next step, providing free pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, and STI testing.
What's going on, roller skater?
And emotional support. All services are free and confidential. Same-day appointments are available.
Oh, y'all heard that? Y'all talk, y'all. You heard them. That guy was stealing from construction sites.
For more information, go to pregnancyresourcecenter.org.
Men might be stronger, but it takes a woman to birth. Yeah, because she has the equipment to birth. I mean, I don't know. Hey, that could be a whole different argument right there. I mean, I get it. We're not. You can say that because we're not equipped to birth. So I mean, men might be stronger, but it takes a woman to birth and a woman to mother a strong man. No, it doesn't. It's gonna take a man to father a strong man. I know a lot of people don't like when I get into things like that. No, a man can raise a boy and a girl. We have both chromosomes. We have both sex in us. We were equipped to raise, lead, and guide both sexes, but women were not. Yeah, y'all can raise your daughter, all this stuff like that, but you can't make your boy a man. But a man can do it. Who you think? I mean, y'all people hate when I do this because I always go biblical. But who taught Eve? Who taught Eve how to be a woman? Here we go, y'all.
Great Plains Media, its affiliates, or its employees.
They can't cancel him or Cities 92.9. It's Cancel This with Ty Smith.
Here we go, part 2. What's going on, Bloomington Normal? I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is 309-451-9299. And you can text the show at 309-451-9299. And here we are with a continuation for what I was just talking about the prior hour, and it's still kind of spilling over here. And we're going to just jump right on into it because I know that this hour is going to fly. Trust me, it is going to fly. So to break this whole thing down and bring it to a summary before I move on, the guy that got 7 women pregnant is being looked at as being, from one eye lens, as being a disgrace to society. And on the other hand, he's being looked at as being sort of like a martyr. Like, thank God this guy came along and did exactly what radical feminists have told women to do. See, if you tell a woman to go and delete her child after she's been pregnant so she can have better options in life, so she can better financially put herself in a good position, what is wrong with the man doing the same exact thing? Now, let me make this clear again, because y'all are good for trying to put words in my mouth and trying to paint a narrative. I am not saying that I agree. To me, you shouldn't be having sex unless you plan on marrying the person that you're having sex with. That's me. I don't think that you should be having sex for sport. Okay? That's me. That's my take on that. But can we be real and look at this and say, that's not reality right now? Reality is people have sex for, people have one night stands. God, I'm in a college town. I know that people doing crazy stuff here. Matter of fact, most of the places I live was in it. Panama City, people was doing stuff in the open on the beach. Irresponsible. Yes, you heard that. While I was living in Florida, Panama City Beach, spring break, people were openly like exhibitionists just out there just on the beach just getting it on. There were times when me and my wife, when we would ride down on Front Beach Road, we would have to tell our sons to lay down on the floor of the van when they were smaller so they wouldn't see what was going on. People are going to do things irresponsible. But my point in saying that is it fair that society, that radical feminists, that our government, you guys would praise a woman, you guys would push a woman, that if she don't want to have no child, and she needs to better financially position herself, she can go and delete the child, whether the father say so or not. A woman can say, hey, I'm pregnant. And the father can say, great, I can't wait for the baby to come. If she says, well, I'm not having this baby. And if he says, no, I want my baby, guess what? He has no choice. He has no choice. She can go and delete the baby, whether that man consents to it or not. Why? Because y'all say it's her body, her choice. And that's what makes this such a smack back in the face to these radical feminists and rhetoric and to people that want to jump on here and instantly damn the dude. He is doing exactly what you radical feminists are doing. He is doing exactly what a lot of people are backing women to do. He's saying from the jump, listen here, if you happen to get pregnant, I don't want to be a father. I don't want no financial responsibility. I don't want no moral obligation. Therefore, I'm out. And the woman says, okay, y'all instantly want to jump down on him and call him the douchebag. And he's not. He's completely right. Well, no, Ty, because the kid is going to suffer. I get that. Y'all are missing the point. Quit trying to say we know the kid going to suffer. The kids might end up being the ones that be the very ones that rob you, steal from you, break your car. I get all that. But we're talking about the choice. Women are pro-choice until they choose who they let sleep with them, huh? Huh? Where's your choice at on that? That says everything about you. Look at your choice. You chose to sleep with this dude who told you that he most likely gonna impregnate you. He gonna spill his seed, and you just said okay. But then okay, he's the bad one. Women are taught to not to have any type of accountability when they make mistakes. It's all on the man. Look at this man with all these kids. Now, before I move on, and I'm gonna see if Kev wanna jump in on what we've been talking about thus far. But before I move on, let me let y'all know this. One of the women that he got pregnant, one of the women that he told I'm gonna spill my seed, one of the women that he told I'm not gonna wear a condom, this woman was married. Good and married. She's married, y'all. Well, that's not, and still what got me is that a lot of y'all still tried to jump and defend this woman. She, number one, for one, radical feminist, she sat there and entertained another man. According to what I believe, and out of this good book called the Bible, it says if you look upon a woman to lust after her, you've committed adultery with her in your heart already. So what I'm saying that for is this woman let this man entertain her and all this, right? She already did things with this man in her head, in her heart already before she did anything physical. So for this man to tell this married woman, and he said he knew she was married, she told him she was married. And for him to tell her, hey, I'm not going to wear no protection and I'm going to spill my seed. And if you get pregnant, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. And she still did it. And y'all still want to jump to the defense of this woman. Folks, we in Wally World. All right, Kev, you can chime in. You've been listening this whole time, man. What you got to say on this?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, Ty, so I totally agree with all your sentiment when it comes to the idea of, yeah, like this guy not 100% in the wrong in terms of the fact that he was clear about his intentions from the beginning. But what I do think is that this entire situation is a lose-lose situation, period. You have women that are enabling incredibly poor behavior from a man, and a man who is just using women solely for the purpose of pleasure. And that's what he's saying when that, and you know he's saying that when he says that I'm not going to wear a condom and I'm also not going to take responsibility for the actions of not wearing a condom. What he's saying to those women is that you are simply a use for me for pleasure, and there is nothing else that I get out of this. It's not in any way of a romance or that we're doing this for any kind of greater good, like actually having a child and being a family. There is nothing. And so really what this all culminates into is the idea that the women are practicing what feminists preach, in the idea of that, like the WAP song from Cardi B. I don't know how to say what it actually is. But the entire idea of that WAP song is really funny to me because it preaches this idea that women are so much more than what they are as an object, except for the fact that they are always to be objectified.
Woo!
And when you have that, what that does is when women objectify themselves, it pushes men to objectify them and thus treat them like objects. And so the toxic masculinity that you always hear feminists complain about is enabled by this kind of behavior that says, I am more than just my body, but I want you to treat me as if I am just my body. And then you have men that come out and say, hey, I'm not going to wear a condom. I'm not going to help take care of the child that this could create. And all you are to me is basically a doll for pleasure.
Mic drop. Y'all see what I'm saying? And what's interesting about this is that even with that being everything that you just said, Kev, why is it that when we sit here and we look at this and we dissect and we break it down and we say, okay, what you just got done describing, what I just got done talking about, we can look at that as symptoms. When we get down to the nucleus, what's causing the symptoms, we'll say radical feminism. How come they don't want to take responsibility for that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No one wants to take responsibility. That's the entire idea of abortion, period, by the way, is you don't want to take responsibility for your actions. You have companies like Dick's Sporting Goods that'll pay for their employees to go get an abortion across state lines. And it's not at all because they agree with women's rights or any of that kind of bullcrap. It's because it's going to be cheaper for them in the long run to not have to pay for maternity leave. Instead, they can just pay a one-time fee for an abortion. What we have is we have an entire society that enables the idea of not taking responsibility for your actions, and extends outside of the women's issues. And basically, no one is meant to take responsibility for their actions. The Safety Act in Illinois, the whole idea of that is to not take responsibility for the crimes you're committing. It's rampant in our entire society, and is so much, like you said, it is at the nucleus of everything the left wants to do. Is nothing is your fault.
Nothing. Y'all heard it, folks, man. Y'all see Kevin in here dropping these gems off like this. This is what we're talking about, and this is a conversation that a lot of them don't want to have. That's why I say it like right now. A lot of radical feminists, y'all like being in these chats doing all this talking and everything, or y'all leave comments and leave emails, but y'all won't go in here and have no live discussion, because you already know why. Folks, we're about to take a break here. More to show when we come back. We'll be right back. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Here's the Bloomington Normal Forecast on Cities 92.9.
So when you did that, they were able to hear you through the internet and everything too, right?
Probably.
Oh, they heard you. They heard you here. Yeah, they heard you here.
All snow overnight.
Yeah, maybe what I'll do, folks, I'll move this up a little bit like this. That way, when well, yeah, if y'all heard him clear as day, though, y'all just heard Kev when he was just talking.
Switch to wireless data net with no contracts. Try them risk-free for 30 days with their money-back guarantee. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider.
Okay, good. It's binary B. Yeah, so when he chimes in and all that again, you guys are able to hear him. That'll be cool.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online?
Okay, sweet.
hims.com/joy. And Hims will get
We're working on some things up here that we might try to get, folks, where to be set up almost like sort of like a podcast like type deal where, let's just say when Kev was talking, we'll be able to easily press a button and the camera flip on so you guys can see him.
Same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication.
Don't forget to hit that like button if you're in here. Don't forget to double check and make sure that you still are subscribed to my channel. You can see the links are in the description of the different channels that I have and different ways you can support the channel. If you do support the channel, great. If you don't, great. No biggie. Plain and simple. It's a darn Viagra commercial.
No, we do have a men's health commercial.
Nothing wrong with men's health. Don't act like all of y'all don't suffer from a little... No. Jay Thomas says, I love your shows. I told my dad about you. Based. Appreciate that. From one medical professional to another. Bloomington Normal, how are you guys doing out there? You guys having fun so far? Are you guys having fun listening? I know some of y'all are loving this so much. Y'all like, okay, wait, I'm going to just sit out here in this Walmart parking lot. I'm going to sit out here in the Home Depot parking lot. I'm going to sit out here in the Lowe's. Wow, it sounds like I'm doing a commercial for them, don't it? No, I'm just saying you guys might have to take a stop and pull over because this conversation is getting hot. You want to know what I really love about this, folks? Is that when we talk about the real issues that are plaguing society, when we talk about the real nucleus of what's causing the downfall, the ones that are causing it, they never seem to show up. They never seem to show up. Jay Thomas with this $5 super chat, appreciate the donation there, says, you are a beautiful soul. Keep it up. Hey, Jay Thomas, I appreciate that. From one medical professional to another. Appreciate that. So, guys, you just got done hearing what I just got done saying about this situation, what Kev just got done saying about this situation, which is going to lead me on into this other part that got something to do with this. We're going to leave the baby daddy guy alone, or baby mamas alone at this point, because, again, it's just a smack in the face to the feminists, because this guy's literally doing what women are being pushed to do. And now y'all mad because he did it, and he's a lot of people are looking at him in a different light, and because people are putting responsibility on the women. And again, you're going to try to jump to the defense of the women and didn't have no smoke. You didn't have no pushback for the woman who's a married woman and slept with this man. Yeah. Because you know what? Believe all women. No, I'm sorry. Anyway, protect all women no matter what they do. No, not anymore. Those days are over with. So this is going to lead me over to this second portion right here, folks, right? And it has something to do still with what the caller did. This last caller that called in explained to you guys. And I cannot wait for her to email me and me to have her and her husband on. It's if her husband wants to do it. They don't have to show their face or any of that. But this woman got on here and said all of her friends, including herself, have at least a graduate degree. She said some of them have gone on to become doctors. And she mentioned the fact that they were being pushed. They were being pushed to do exactly what she said has caused not only her, but also her husband stress. Listen to this. I love that she said that. You want to know why? A real man, a traditional man who knows how to move in his masculinity, a real man who's been brought up to take care of his woman and his family. You know that we don't deal with that. And this is nothing. I don't want y'all look and listen to me. This has nothing to do. What I'm saying right now has nothing to do with the calling. This has something to do just as a general statement. Me as a man, you that are listening as a man, if you had the opportunity to take care of your family on your own while raising them, we would say we didn't deal with no stress. But like the caller just got done saying, when she was working, he's working, she's trying to balance daycare, being at home, doing this, doing that. She said now it caused two people stress. That is absolutely amazing. And her saying that is absolutely golden. Because a lot of people who have written me have said almost the same exact thing, and these people don't even know each other. They don't even know each other. Ladies out there, listen to me right now. Maybe there's some people that go to ISU. Maybe there's some people that go to U of I Champaign. Maybe go to SIU-E in Edwardsville. Maybe go to SIUC in Carbondale. Maybe go to one of Chicago's schools. Listen to me. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with you guys wanting to go to school, become your own independent self. There's nothing wrong with that, but understand what I'm saying to you right now. So what? That's your due diligence. Becoming a self-sustaining adult, that's your due diligence. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They snuck this crazy rhetoric in y'all mind subconsciously to make y'all try to compete with us men. When all along us men, I don't get it. It'd be the equivalence of them trying to really push men to become independent, have your own money, have your own home, have your own cars, and men like, yeah, we're fighting for equal rights. Against who? Ladies, who are y'all fighting against? You guys are in college more than we are. Huh? Oh, nobody told y'all that, huh? There are far more women in college than there are men. But yet they're still telling you, go to college, be your own self, be independent. Ooh wee. And then guess what? Guess what, ladies? Ladies, are y'all listening? Your education, you being independent, you having your own money, you having your own car. Guess what? 99% of men gonna say to that. I don't give a boop. You want to know why? Because he's saying, I want you. I want you. And then it becomes very hard for a lot of you women who has absolutely 100% been overtaken by this radical feminist ideology. You were so hell-bent on becoming all these things that radical feminology push you to be, that when a man tries to get to know you, you don't even know who yourself is. Uh-oh, Ty, you probably, wee. Let me say it again. If you've been pushed to be nothing more than this radicalized feminology that they're pushing on you, that if a man finally does approach you, and I told you, a man don't care what radical feminism is telling you to go get, because that man wants you. He wants to get to know you. What's going to attract a man to you is you. But if you don't even know who you are, then of course you can say the argument, well, don't no man want me because I intimidate men because of my money. I intimidate men because of my job. I intimidate men because of my career. I intimidate men because I got a house. No, that's your excuse. But these men are saying this girl does not have a personality and she's about dumb as screen doors on submarines. I'm not dumb. I have a job. You not getting it. When a man wants you, he wants you as a woman. And I'm going to tell you something right now, ladies. I'm for feminists. I'm for the real definition of feminist. I'm not talking about the movement of feminists. I'm talking about women who are feminine. Oh, y'all just don't, ladies, y'all just don't know. When you are a feminine woman, for a man, there's nothing more attractive than a feminine woman. Well, yes, there is, because some men are gay. Yeah, because those gay men are acting more feminine than y'all. I'm just playing. But no, listen to me. I was saying this to the ladies, and this is the reason why. Make sure that the reasons you are going to college and all that is not because you're trying to compete with men. That's not it. You're doing that because you're doing your due diligence as an independent adult. That's what, if you grow up to be, when you grow up to become an adult, being able to self-sustain is something that men and women both should do. But here's the kicker right here. And I'm going to see if I can get this video to play. The kicker is this. What is the purpose of living? The purpose of living. That's what I want to ask a lot of you ladies out there that you might be listening to me right now. And you've been kind of, listening to this feminist, radical feminist ideology. What is the purpose of you living? When you get older, let's just say you become an adult, you got the money, you got the house, you got the car, you don't have a man yet, right? Why is it that when you do get to a certain point like that, why do you desire a man now? Huh? Because I want what? You want to what? You want to what? I want to be in a relationship for what? Why do you want to be in a relationship? You want to know why? Because you want to have an experience, right? And I'm going to hit on it a lot more and get a little deeper into it when we come back from this break. You're listening to Cities 92.9 and News to Talk a little bit to Normal. We'll be right back.
Hey, what is normal? This is Ryan from Ryan Max Show. Join me on Saturdays from 2 to 3.
Is that him?
Yeah. Even his ad is boring, right?
I don't know why, but when I've never seen, when I don't know who this, oh man, I'm trying to think of this guy. Whenever I hear him talk, this one guy always comes to mind, this actor, and he's like, oh, I can't think of his name.
What is he in?
Oh,
Think of any movie that he's in? Or anything?
he always playing this guy that got glasses on. He's always like I'm not the guy that wants to do. I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to think of what he plays in, man. God, he plays in a lot of stuff, but I don't know his name. He wears glasses. He's kind of like he's bald right here and got hair on the side a little bit, but he's always playing a real kind of goofy, geeky, like type.
Yeah.
Nasally, like,
I'm thinking Urkel. That's the only one I'm thinking of is Urkel, but that guy's definitely like Ryan is far from black. So. And I knew that.
Oh man. No, I'm not spilling no secrets yet. I'm not talking about it yet. I gotta wait for us to come off the commercial break. Emails. Yeah, the other day, dude, I was on this stuff so hard, man. One of the people that actually was a subscriber of mine, she flipped out and everything and said all kind of stuff to me and then said, screw you. And I still end up being cool with it, even trying to, like, I still was like, cool, like, I understand. I said right there, because she was one of the people that, for my channel for a while, she's one of the people that claimed that she always speaking from a logical standpoint. She's not like most women. And even though she would say that, of course, I'm like, whatever. I would always have in the back of my head, you're a woman, so whatever. But it ended up showing by the way that she posted her comment, and I was like, that right there is what I'm talking about. You are displaying that you are a woman because you got highly emotional and even ended it with a screw you. The call-in number here is area code 309-451-9299.
I posted it in there too. I've been nursing a fan base in your comment section. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, who are you in here?
I'm Producer Kev. I made an entire account called Producer Kev just so.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Just so that I could interact with everybody. I am working on getting the channel up and everything.
Yeah, dude, you should. Heck yeah, do it. I know they have one for cities 92.9, but I'm like, it's not going to work if you don't have.
No, you need to do individual stuff too. Because the other thing here is I want it to, if like I ever left cities, like I'll probably be out of normal in a year or two. Mm-hmm. So once I'm out of here, I want to be like, I want to keep it going and on my own terms.
Absolutely. Yeah, same like, the way they have cities up here, I was like, I told Kat them, I said, you can get a YouTube, which they do have one, but it's not going to work because people on YouTube want to see who's talking. They want to see it. You know what I mean? They want to.
And we could monetize being on YouTube, not only through YouTube, but we could also do live reads. Like,
yeah.
Charge more, make
money. Yeah.
Like what you do is, if you just turn the studio volume up during your YouTube live stream, then you get the ads from that playing too on the live stream. So.
Yeah.
Help us as a community, believe in those who hold within blue line and our fellow Americans, and in the idea that together we can overcome everything. Back to Blue with McLean County Asphalt and me, David Quinn at Team Blue Line. Donate on cities929.com.
Hey, Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man. Welcome back to my show. You're listening to Cancel This. The phone number here is 309-451-9299. You can also text the show at 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me, go over to YouTube, type in Modern Renaissance Man, and when you see a thumbnail that says on air, click that thumbnail where you can see me in the studio and I can interact with you, okay? So before we took the break, you guys heard me getting ready to spill off a little secret to you. So, it's really not a secret at all. It's just really just kind of common sense. It's really common sense. Walk away from radical feminism. No. If you want your life to be better, walk away from it. Okay, so this is what I was going to tell you guys. Listen to this. Men, this is general, okay? Men that go to work, get jobs, that even some men that go to college, get a career. When a man goes and look for a woman, most of the time, it depends on what type of man that is, but men of a certain caliber, that man is looking for a woman that, number one, he wants to wife. And if that man wants to be a father, he wants children. And what that man is going to do, he's going to take care of his children. What the radical feminist and that movement has done is exactly what the devil did to Eve in the garden. Uh-oh. Y'all do know that, and I know y'all hate when I do this. I do not care. I am who I am. I have no shame in being a follower after Christ. I have no shame. Nobody can make me feel weird. I will speak boldly about it and don't give a good goddamn don't care what any of you have to say about it, because none of you had anything to do with me becoming the person that I am right now. All honor, glory, praise goes to God and his awesome power. So what I'm saying therefore is, let me get that on out of the way before y'all think I'm trying to preach at y'all. Just look at what I'm about to say as one of the stories out of the Bible. Okay, I mean, if the story I'm about to tell you came from Greek mythology or Jamaica folklore, I would tell you the story, but it didn't. It came out of the Bible. Okay? The reason why I'm saying it is this. Radical feminism was brought on by the same type of entity or spirit that tricked Eve. First of all, let me tell you this. Y'all know about the story of Adam and Eve. Serpent came, beguiled Eve, tricked Eve, right? Y'all know that whole story, right? First of all, let's break that point down a little bit though, okay? All this time that Adam, the man, was there, that serpent had nothing to say, huh? He had nothing to say while Adam was there by himself, right? Y'all ever ask that question, why? Why didn't the serpent come and say to Adam, hey, you know why you ain't supposed to eat from that tree? Nuh-uh. Why did he approach Eve? Is it because he naturally saw that she was weaker? Come on, man. Let's be real. Why is it that women are the ones 99.9% of the time getting sexually assaulted? Because a man will look at you as a woman and know in our minds that y'all are not equal to us, and it's easy for us to overpower y'all and sexually assault y'all, and there's nothing y'all can do. Now, I'm not telling I can have a good time, I get all that. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's still going on. Want to know? Because a man will look at you and say you easily can be overtaken, and that's it. And there's nothing you can do physically, nothing. So what I'm saying is this: why did the serpent look at Eve as being easy bait? So let me tell y'all this story of Adam and Eve. The serpent came, talked to Eve, and guess what he told her? He told her exactly what radical feminism pushed y'all to do with men. He told her, you can be just like God. Ooh, yeah, I know I'm preaching. He said, you ain't gonna die if you eat from this tree. He said, but instead, you're going to have knowledge of good and evil just like God is. And guess what that means? Not only would you're going to be above your husband. Ooh, I know I'm saying some stuff right here. Your husband don't even know this. You will be above him. You're going to be equal. Equality. Eve, you're going to have equality. You're going to be equal like God, knowing good and evil. And she even knew she wasn't supposed to do it. Guess what she said? She said, no, I'm not supposed to eat from that. Now, folks, who do you think taught Eve that? Adam taught his wife everything. But guess what happened? Let's keep it real. Adam became a straight beta. Is it possible that Adam could have thought to himself, well, my wife did eat from it, and now she knows more than I do, and I'm going to be... So Adam ate from it too, right? But this is the part I want y'all to pay attention to. This is the part I want you to pay attention to. When Adam ate from the fruit and God came, Adam and Eve, they hid themselves. And God is like, hey, why are you hiding yourself? Adam said, because we're naked. And God said, who told you you were naked? In other words, how do you even know? Ah, did you eat from that tree that you weren't supposed to eat from? Accountability, look what happened. Look what happened when accountability came about. God looking at Eve. God looking at Adam. Adam, what are you doing? Adam talking about, it's not my fault. It's this woman you gave me. She ate from it and gave it to me. Come on now. And then I want y'all to find something interesting too. What happened when God approached Eve? He looking at Eve like, Eve, what's going on? Why did you eat? And guess what she did? It's not my fault. It's the serpent who beguiled me. It's not my fault. The serpent tricked me. His words. No accountability. But what I want y'all to pay attention to is this right here. When they got punished, God said to Adam, he said, because you listened to the voice of your wife and you ate from the tree, this is about to be your punishment. Radical feminism is doing the same exact thing, and that is the playbook from the beginning. Make all women equal to men. Make women just like, matter of fact, we're going to do the other thing too. Check this out. While the women are equalizing themselves, so they say, to men, you got men out there backing y'all women up, just like Adam did. It's amazing, the same playbook. Women, we equal to men, and there's some men out there, you beta simping jellyback men. Women can't be just as strong as there's women out there that can do. You are a simp, jellyback, weak man. Get out of here with that nonsense. You men are out there doing the same exact thing. Because these women have tricked y'all into doing the same thing that Eve tricked her husband into doing too, eating from the forbidden fruit. Instead of sitting there and putting your woman in check, you'd rather sit there and simp for him. Well, okay, you ate from the tree. Now, you know you weren't supposed to do that, and she eat it. Eat it. Eat it, Adam. Eat it. Well, okay, but beta. It's the same exact. Now I know I can feel it coming through the dang on airways right now. I can feel it coming from the internet. Some of these radical feminists, and even you're not a radical feminist, just as some of y'all women, I'm just being real, y'all are ticked off. I don't agree with you, Ty. I don't like what you're saying. I don't like this. You don't have to. You don't have to like it. Still don't mean that you're not wrong. The same playbook, ladies and gentlemen. Women, y'all can be just as much as a man. And then y'all complain and say, oh, we only make this much money on a dollar. And then I can turn around and say, okay, show me the work field that you're talking about. We only make 70-some cents on the dollar while men make this. In what career field? Are we talking medicine? Because there's more of y'all in medicine than it is us. Are we talking social work? Because there's more of y'all in social work than it is us. Are we talking college and college certain careers? Because there's more of y'all in here than it is us. I say that to say this, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, you guys have been tricked to get into a competition that there is no competition. Men do not look at you women as competition. You want to know why? Because y'all are not competition. You know who men compete against? Men compete against obstacles that will better human society. If you look around this whole entire world, men built, made, did things for the betterment of all society. Radical feminism is pushing you women to do nothing more than to do it for selfish ambitions and reasons. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I would love for you to point out any of you radical feminists that y'all gonna do all the talking once this show is over with. Y'all can go into the comment section and start talking in. Tell me where I'm wrong at. When I mentioned earlier about men doing things when they go to school, when I say a man wants to find a wife and he wants to, he wants to be a good husband, he wants to be a good family man, he does that for the betterment of the wife and the children. I don't hear any women out there talking about, I want to go and get this job, be independent, be this and that for the betterment of the family. No, you do it because you want to let everybody know I got my own money, I got my own car, I have my own home, I got my own career, I'm a CEO, I'm a boss woman. And that's all for selfish reasons. It's selfish. But I'm going to tell you something, that's why I told you it's so detrimental and it's damning to y'all. Because radical feminism is going to trick you guys out of having one of the most beautiful experiences that you can have through this one journey you get through life called a family. The experiences that you're going to get from a family is nothing that you can get that your money is going to be able to provide for. Folks, we're about to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm going to hit on this again. We're on a break, folks. What's going on, John Irk?
Feeling a wee bit lucky? The hottest games from ME Gaming are at the end of the rainbow at Dr. McKay's. Grab a pint, pull up a chair, and feel the look of the iris down at Dr. McKay's on North Hershey Road in Bloomington.
It's back. Receive a 30% tax credit for a limited time on GeoComfort geothermal systems at Bratcher Heating and Air. You can save up to 75% on your heating and cooling.
For the people that just kind of tuned in, I appreciate y'all being in here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share the video either. Said another day in paradise, huh? It almost kind of had that same type of.
Yeah.
I looked up too, like, I thought it was about the.
In our fellow Americans, and the idea that together we can overcome everything. All I want as an officer is protection for my wife. Every day she says goodbye to me, and every day there's a chance it will be the last time. Her sacrifices are those that no woman should have to make, and yet she makes them selflessly every single day. I wish everyone understood we are there for them, regardless of whether they're black, white, or Hispanic, gay or straight, Democrat or Republican, Christian or Jew, or Muslim or atheist. The media seems to truly believe we are here to hurt and not to help. They don't understand us because understanding us would mean headlines that don't matter. Back to Blue with McLean County Asphalt and me, David Quinn at Team Blue Line. Donate on cities929.com.
The Morning Buzz with Kat Peterson is your hometown conservative talk show that examines today's stories through a brand new lens. A fresh perspective on the news of the day. Catch the Morning Buzz weekdays from 6 to 9 on Cities 92.9.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Cities 92.9 and News Talk of Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, a.k.a. Modern Renaissance Man, and you're tuning into my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at that same number, 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me, you can go onto YouTube and type in Modern Renaissance Man. And when you do, you will see a thumbnail, a picture that says on air. Click that picture. Once you do, voila, there I am in the radio station looking at you while you looking at me. Folks, before we took the break, I was kind of going in letting you guys know about what this completely devastating radical feminist movement is doing to women and how it can be detrimental to them. And one of the things that I was getting ready to tell you guys before we took the break was this. I said that radical feminists,
we can bring you on real quick. Please keep
it pushes people,
would really appreciate that.
it pushes ladies to be independent, and it pushes women to be materialistic, and it pushes them to do it for selfish reasons. And I said how when men do a lot of things and when they want to get in a relationship, men do it because they want to do it for the betterment of the woman and the children that they're going to provide for. And what I was about to tell you guys is this. The experiences that you will get from a family, there is nothing that the radical feminist movement can offer you that can remotely compare to what a family experience is going to bring you. That's the part that can be so damning. And a lot of people wait till it's too late for them to find out. Before I do a little bit more, though, we're going to address someone that called in up here. We're going to take the call right now. Caller, you're on Cities 92.9. This is Ty. I'm always good. Oh, okay. How's it going? Oh, absolutely. Mm. Man, Oscar, I appreciate that, man. Oh man, I really appreciate that, man. I mean, wow. Oh, absolutely. I appreciate that, Oscar, man. Hey, you darn right it is. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, Oscar. Please don't be a stranger. Call up here again, man. Oh, that's awesome. Let them know about it. Let them know. Let your family and friends around here know about my YouTube channel called Modern Renaissance Man and stuff like that, man. If I happen to run into any of you guys while I'm out and about, you know, y'all see me, speak to me. I always show love, man. Always. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you, Oscar. God bless you for calling in, folks. Shout out to Oscar who called in and dropped that in on us, folks. It's always good to know that, you know, that you got people out there that's like-minded. And what I'm saying that for, not for my sake, I'm saying it for Oscar's sake, that he knows that the way that he thinks, he knows that there's somebody out there speaking that got a platform such as mine that's giving a voice to him as well, because he can be telling this to people around his community, people around his family, and they'll just kind of like, but then to know that there's somebody out there that's thinking like you and putting it out there for everybody to hear, it does warm your heart. And I appreciate you, and shout out to you again, Oscar. Man, you talked about, Oscar just mentioned that, you mentioned the area, Oscar. I know you off the line right now and off the air, but while you're listening, you talked about somewhere close to Memphis. I have a ton of family around there. In Ripley, Hennon, Brownsville, Halls. So yeah, and in Memphis. So yeah, I don't know. We might know who you are. So back to what I was talking about though, folks. And again, shout out to Oscar. Appreciate you. God bless you for calling in. What I'm telling you guys is this. Ladies, this whole feminist, radicalized feminism is going to cheat you out of an experience of a family. It's going to cheat you, man. I'm telling y'all, listen. And that's the reason why I'm saying this, because look, you only get one journey through this life. You only get one time. Well, Ty, I don't believe that. I don't care. You don't have to believe it. You living right now. You only getting one chance. Well, I believe in reincarnation. Okay, we'll see. But right now, how you know you're not, are you reincarnated now? No, it's my first shot. Okay, well, take it like it's your only. Okay? You only get one shot through this thing called life. If you make this life about you working, just so you can prove to some men that don't even care that you can do the same thing that they can on a monetary status, you are cheating yourself out of life. These same men are doing it with the wife. These same men are doing it with the wife and kids. You are doing it as a woman, and that's it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You still, even with all you telling us that you got a car, you got a house, you got your own bank account, you're doing it alone. The men are doing it along with having a wife and kids. But I guarantee you, and I'm telling you this or your money back, those men who are of a certain caliber now, remember I mentioned earlier, men of a certain caliber, the men that wanted to do what they're doing for the sake of wanting to get a wife and wanting to have a family so these men can take care of their families. These men, you will find, they talk a lot about their family. The different facilities that I go to, different places, facilities that I manage between St. Louis and up by Chicago, these people that met me and talked to me would say, Ty talks a lot about his family. I don't talk about all my cars. I don't talk about all my homes in different states. I don't talk about those. You know what I talk about? I talk about my wife and my sons, and I talk about other family members as well. You want to know why? Because those are the things that really matter through this life. Being in the medical field teaches you a lot of things. If you make this life about materialistic things, you are going to die in the most shameful, most terrible, most humiliating, heartbreaking, sad predicament. And I'm only saying this again, not because I'm trying to damn any of you. I'm only saying it because I really do care about you as an individual. There is nothing sadder to me. And I just experienced this again. It's probably the, gosh, I don't know, 40th time in my whole medical career that I spent my last, well, not my last, I spent a patient's last days talking with them. Very sad. When you are in a nursing home, when you are in a hospital and you're on hospice, never once have I ever heard anybody talk about their money, their cars. I've never heard anybody talk about all the cars and homes and stuff they have. You know what they talk about? They talk about their family. Older women, older men talk about their family. And then family comes in and all these people are surrounding these individuals as they pass away. It makes you feel like melancholy. But you want to know what's worse? A person that did everything independently. And there's no one there but Ty Smith to hold their hand, to be with them as they're taking their last breaths and they're dying because they have no family. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference. So I'm going to ask you, radical feminists, is that the life you want? Die alone with nobody there, dying with your material things? If so, so be it. Folks, we're out of here. We'll catch you guys next time. Everybody on YouTube, I'll catch you guys next time, all right? Got to get ready to get out of here, take care of some business. Appreciate y'all all tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button before y'all get out of here. I am Ty Smith, Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing, and I pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, all right? God bless you all through Jesus.